What's up, viewers and minions? It's Eonin here. Today I am presenting you with the QSP Lark, courtesy of the Apex Group. We'll jump right in with specs. We got 14 C28N drop point and satin finish. We've got milled stainless nested liners. Like that a lot. Blue shredded carbon fiber scales. You can see a little bit of that blue accent in there when the light shines just right on it. We've got a reversible steel spring type stainless steel clip. It is a liner lock riding on ceramic ball bearings. You got 3.5 inches of usable fine edge, 4 1/4 inch scale length, tip to tail of 7 7/8, and a weight of 3.15 ounces. So, basic impressions and likes on this knife, on the Lark. First of all, to me, the knife really, because of the satin blade, the satin finish on the logo, and then the shredded carbon fiber scales, the knife kind of screams to me gentleman's carry on a budget. That's kind of what I would say. It's gentleman's carry at a budget-friendly price. We've got simple and elegant designs, really straightforward scales. There's a little flat here where it says 14 C28N for the blade. You can choke up to there really nice. There's meaningful, good jimping on the back. It's got just enough aggressiveness that your hand won't slip off whether you're holding it here or here. Here is my hammer grip, large glove size hand. You can see there's not much more room there. So if you have really big hands, you're probably only going to get 3 fingers on this if you got really chunky fingers, and that last one's probably going to slide off the back like that. But for large size hands or smaller, you're going to be able to get all 4 fingers on this. Nice, pretty comfortable. Again, good ergos on that. So dig that a lot. Like I said, there's some good jimping up there. There are 2 deployment methods on this knife. So there is the back flipper tab. Works pretty good. And there's also the front flip method, which works well as also. I'm not a good front flipper, so please don't judge the knife's front flipping ability off of my ability to front flip. The fit and finish on the knife is good. It has a nicely centered blade. I don't see any issues with anything being off center, with anything not being finished off really nice. Everything looks good as far as fit and finish goes. This knife also is super easy to EDC. I like that they also put a plate here on the pocket clip side, on the lefty side, so you don't have a big hole or void there. That's a very, very cool feature. And as you can see, there's nothing here when you put the knife in your pocket. You've got shredded carbon fiber that's got a smooth texturing to it. It's not grippy, so again, this is not meant to be a work knife. This is more of a gentleman's carry type of thing. Wire clip that goes all the way to the back, so the knife's going to disappear in your pocket, and like again, nothing to catch your hands on when you stick your hands in there. So it's a very, very comfortable knife to carry. It disappears in your pocket. You stick your hand in there, you don't even really notice that the knife is there most of the time, so I like that a lot. But let's talk about if there are any issues or dislikes I have with the QSP Lark. A couple things to mention. First of all, the reverse flick action on the knife is pretty good. Like once you break the detent, it flips out there nice and solid. So I can't find any fault with that. But the flipper tab action, unless you really, really push on it, it's definitely not a push button type of knife in terms of just pushing it and it flips out there. It feels a little soft. The detent feels like it's set a little bit soft. Not bad, and it could just be the particular knife that I have. It does fire out there and lock every single time, but you do have to put a little bit of force onto that to get it to do what it does. And then the other thing is, if you're looking for a drop shutty type of knife, this is not the knife for you. Now, I don't know how broken in this thing is, but it definitely feels to me like it's a little on the tight side in terms of that. And if you don't mind that, that's okay. It will shut. You can shake it down there, but it's not a drop shutty, fidgety type of knife. So again, a couple things to be aware of. And then there is an issue I have with the sharpening choil. So if you look at this more closely, There really is very little space to sharpen this knife. The choil comes around right at the plunge grind. There's not a lot of blade sticking down here below your plunge grind. So you can see, here's the plunge grind, and here's the back edge of the blade. So again, if this thing gets sharpened a few times, you might be right there in the plunge grind and end up with a little sharpening smile. However, this is not intended to be a work knife. This is intended to be an affordable going out knife with some decent scale texturing and some really nicely done satin finish on the blade. So if you took this knife out and you used it for any small purposes in front of somebody, they'd be like, oh, that's a cool looking knife, right? But it's not meant to be a knife that you take to work every day and hard use. So I don't know if that little bit of small amount of area here between the plunge grind and the back edge of the blade is really going to be a factor in a knife like this that's meant to be carried for more for show. Wanted to bring it up anyway though. And then one other final thing about the knife is that it is noticeably handle heavy. Again, balance is way off. You got to come back in this area back here. So look where my finger is. I'm what, probably better than an inch behind the center of the pivot. So the knife is noticeably handle heavy. I get it. It's not a big, thick, wide blade. It has a decent spine, but with the with the stainless nested liners, even though there's milling back here, they try to take some weight out of it, and they did. The knife is still handle heavy, so you're really going to feel the handle. The knife wants to sit back in your hand like that. So just something to keep in mind. But again, it's not meant to be taken out and cut with multiple, times every single day. This is more of a gentleman's carry type of knife, something that you'd take out with you when you're dressed up. Great budget priced knife in that category. So let's do a couple of size comparisons real quick for you. Here it is next to a knife with some shredded carbon fiber. It's a little more premium costing knife, but this is the QSP, this is the Finch Reciprocity next to the QSP Lark. So you've got about 1/4 of an inch less blade length over here and almost identical scale length in the back, although the Finch is rounded. The Finch does feel like a smaller knife than the Lark does. Let me show it next to another QSP. So here's a QSP Penguin. We'll put these two pivot to pivot, and you can see there's some similarities here too as far as size and length. Same nice blue shredded carbon fiber. This one has a black stonewash on it. This is a D2 blade. This is 14C, so there's definitely some differences in steel. The blade difference is about 1/4 of an inch here, and the handle difference is almost negligible. I would say less than 1/4 of an inch less on the Penguin. But that gives you an idea of size, guys. All right, so that's what I got for you there as far as sizes. Let me summarize. The Lark starts at around $57 if you want a regular G10 version of the knife. This particular one with the shredded carbon fiber runs about $65 on Amazon. It's a nice little knife, and again, it is a good price for a medium-sized gentleman's carry type folder. If that suits your fancy, the knife won't break the bank. It'll get you something that looks really cool and has good quality fit and finish and materials. So there you go. There it is. There is the QSP Lark 14C28N and shredded blue carbon fiber. Thanks for watching my videos as always. If you like them, hit the like button down here in the corner for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. There it is. That's all I got for you today, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp.